Good evening. The International Criminal Court Appeals Chamber rejects the Philippine government's appeal to halt the probe into the drug war of former President Rodrigo Duterte. To tell us more, here's Zacarian Sarao reporting live. Zach?
Yes, Neil, the appeals chamber of the International Criminal
Zach, can you hear us?
has denied the Philippine government's appeal to stop its investigation into... Yes, Neil, can you hear me now, Neil? Hello, Neil? Stop it. And yes, Neil, the appeals chamber of the International Criminal Court. Okay, Neil. The appeals chamber of the International Criminal Court has denied the Philippine government's appeal to stop its investigation into former President Rodrigo Duterte's bloody war against drugs. To recall, the Philippine government last March 2023 appealed the pretrial chamber's decision to authorize the resumption of the investigation on the abuses and deaths related to the anti-illegal drug campaign of the Duterte administration. The Office of the Solicitor General argued that the ICC had lost jurisdiction over the country following the withdrawal of its membership upon the directive of then-President Duterte, which took effect on March 17, 2019. It also asked the ICC to suspend, pending the resolution of its appeal, the implementation of the pretrial chamber's decision that allowed prosecutor Karim Khan to resume the probe in the Philippines' bloody and anti-illegal drug campaign. With the latest ICC ruling, however, Special Prosecutor Karim Khan's investigation can now proceed with the next step, which may include the gathering of additional evidence or even requesting the issuance of a summons or a warrant of arrest. Khan said that of the 266 cases submitted to the pretrial chamber, only 4 appear to have quote-unquote resulted in some form of investigation or prosecution before having been dismissed by Philippine domestic institutions. Meanwhile, the ICC prosecutor noted that the Philippines is still part of the statute when the alleged abuses and extrajudicial killings related to the war on drugs were committed. The said investigation covers alleged crimes from November 1, 2011 to March 16, 2019, a day before the Philippines withdrew its membership upon Duterte's orders. Back to you, Neil.
That's Zacarian Sarao reporting live. Senate President Juan Miguel Zubiri says Filipinos may not immediately feel the benefits of the Maharlika Investment Fund. He adds that the priority measure is for the long term, stating the possibility that it will be the next administration that will benefit from it. Zubiri nevertheless stressed that the MIF will help spur increased economic activity. For his part, Senator Mark Villar lauded the timely signing of the measure, saying it shows that economic recovery is one of the administration's major priorities. On the other hand, Senate Minority Leader Coco Pimentel slammed the MIF, saying the country would be engaging unjustifiably in risky investing. He adds that the MIF should be questioned before the Supreme Court, citing unconstitutional shortcuts with which the law was enacted. Senator Risa Ontiveros also stood her ground, stating that the priority measure is unnecessary. Mayor Joy Belmonte announces that classes in Quezon City will be suspended on July 24 to give way to the second State of the Nation address of President Bongbong Marcos. Belmonte issued Executive Order Number 23 declaring no classes for students at all levels in all public and private schools in the city. Marcos is slated to deliver his Sona at the House of Representatives in Batasan Hills, Quezon City on Monday. The suspension of classes in Quezon City for Marcos' second Sona comes as several schools started or are about to begin their academic year this week. The local government unit explained that road closures for the Sona may affect students of summer classes at some Quezon City schools, even as other schools just went on a summer break. Police say they have identified a woman who was found dead and stuffed inside a box left along the road in Barangay Tisa, Cebu City. Punta Princesa Police Station Chief Police Major Angelito Valeser confirmed the victim was a 19-year-old woman from Davao named Rhea May Tocmo. Valeser says Tocmo is from Panabo City in Davao del Norte. She was residing with relatives in Mandaue City after flying into Cebu last June 11. According to investigators, the victim's relatives residing in Cebu positively identified her corpse, pointing out that the clothes on Tocmo were the ones she was wearing the last time they saw her alive. On Monday, the victim was found wrapped in a white blanket and her hands tied inside a discarded box along Katipunan Extension in Barangay Tisa, Cebu City. Police Lieutenant Colonel Gerard Ace Pelare says investigators are now backtracking the CCTVs in the area in order to find the perpetrators. Pelare also notes that the 19-year-old was possibly tortured before she was stashed inside a box. However, he adds that this will be checked through the medical examination of the body.
The way it was described by the station commander, tinali yung kamay niya, no, yung mukha niya at saka yung paa ay almost they are linked to each other. So tapos nirap ng duct tape. So it seems that parang she went through some kind of torture before she was thrown away. But this will be thoroughly checked sa medical nato, and of course ang goal sa pulisaan is we can identify the perpetrators by backtracking.
A Pulse Asia survey commissioned by Senator Sherwin Gatchalian shows that 80% of Filipinos favor returning the school summer break to April and May. Gatchalian revealed the survey result on Tuesday as he repeated his previous calls for the national government to revert to the old school calendar. A total of 80% agreed with reverting the school summer break to April and May, while 8% disagreed and 11% were uncertain of what to answer. Gatchalian, who also chairs the Senate Committee on Basic Education, welcomed the survey result. He adds that reverting the old school calendar might not be easy, so he vows to thoroughly study measures to promote the welfare of students and teachers. Alamin naman natin ang mainit na balita sa mundo ng showbiz kasama si Irvin Santiago ng Bandera. Irvin?
Hi Neil at sa lahat mga kabandera natin all over the universe. Ito na nga ang latest Bandera Chika. Inisa-isa ng Queen of All Media na si Chris Aquino ang mga dahilan kung bakit nag-decide na siyang tapusin ang relasyon nila ni Batangas Vice Governor Mark Leviste. Sa Instagram, nagbahagi si Chris ng kanyang litrato kasama ang mga anak na sina Joshua at Bimbi, kalakip ang mahaba niyang mensahe about her love life. Sa dalawang notes na kalakip ng photo nilang mag-iina, nag-explain ang TV host actress tungkol sa naunsyamin nilang love story ni Mark na humantong nga sa tuluyang paghihiwalay na ikinagulat ng kanilang pamilya, mga kaibigan at mga taga-suporta. Sabi ng TV host, bukod sa hindi niya carry ang long-distance relationship, inisip din niya na marami pang mga pangarap sa buhay si Mark na gustong matupad, kabilang na riyan ang mapagsilbihan ang mga taga-Batangas. Paliwanag pa ng aktres, mahirap daw na dadagdagan pa niya ng stress ang kanyang buhay ngayong patuloy siyang nakikipaglaban sa kanyang karamdaman. Mas pinili raw muna niya ang magpagaling at makasama ang dalawang anak. Hindi rin nagpaka-ipokrita si Chris at diretsahang sinabi na tao lang siya at hindi niya kayang tingnan ang mga post ni Mark na nag-e-enjoy sa buhay habang siya ay nagdurusa. Naniniwala siya na kahit pa nagdesisyon silang ipagpatuloy ang kanilang love story, ay sa hiwalayan pa rin ito mauuwi dahil tao rin siya na napipikon at nagtatampo. Nararamdaman din daw niyang hindi pa handa si Mark sa responsibilidad sa pakikipagrelasyon sa isang babaeng tulad niya na pinahiram lamang ng Diyos ng oras para mabuhay. Sa kabila nito, nangako si Chris na never siyang magsasalita ng anumang kanigahan tungkol sa kanyang ex-boyfriend. Hindi naman daw kasi sila magkaaway. Hindi lang daw talaga sila meant for each other. Dagdag pa ni Chris, pareho sila ni Mark na may karapatang mabuhay sa paraan na pinakapayapa ang kanilang mga puso. Nag-iwan naman ng mensahe si Mark sa comment section ng Instagram post ni Chris. Say ng Vice Governor, "Love, love, love you all." At yan ang Bandera Chika natin today. Thanks, Neil.
Maraming salamat sa Irvin. Here's the latest roundup of today's top stories. International Criminal Court junks Philippines appeal, drug war probe to continue. President Bongbong Marcos signs Maharlika Investment Fund bill into law. And police say they have identified woman found dead inside a box in Cebu City. And these are the stories you need to know today. I'm Neil Mercado. Follow INQUIRER.net on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Reddit. For more stories, visit INQUIRER.net. Good evening.